Hello everyone. So in this lecture we are going to look at some of the principles in judging the transit results. Okay, so let's take mother. Okay, so this rule that I'm going to tell you is going to basically describe when the native is going to face problem with the mother, like separation from the mother or some issues with the in relation to mother. Okay, so the rule number one is it is with respect to transit of Saturn. Okay, so when Saturn is transiting over these points, then there should be a result should be judged that there will be problem with in relation to mother. Okay, so the first is when when Saturn is transiting over the sixth lord from ascendant. Okay, when Saturn is transiting over the sixth lord from ascendant, let's take Scorpio as the ascendant. So sixth house from ascendant is here, which is Aries, and the lord of Aries is Mars. So let's say Mars is over here in Gemini at let's say 16 degrees. Okay, so 16-degree Mars in Gemini. This is the point on which when Saturn is transiting, it will cause problem to the mother, a problem because of mother. Okay, since it is Saturn, so it may cause separation with the mother. Second point is six from moon. Okay, so since this moon is the karaka of mother, so the lord of sixth house from moon is going to be the one which is whose main job is to give trouble to moon. Okay, so since moon is the karaka of mother, so transit of Saturn over that lord is going to surely give the problem. So let's say moon is here in Scorpio, no, sorry, in Aquarius. So the sixth from the moon is Cancer, and the lord of Cancer is again moon. Okay, so any transit, Saturn's transit over this moon is going to give problem to the mother. Okay, and then the third is Lord of Lord of sixth from fourth. Okay. Now fourth house from ascendant is Aquarius. Okay. So Lord of sixth from fourth. Okay. So Lord of sixth from fourth is actually Lord of ninth house. So on the ninth house, Lord, when Saturn is moving, then it will cause problem to the mother. Why? Because you see the fourth house stands for the Matra Sukha, for the uh, for the comfort or happiness from mother. And sixth lord from that house is going to give trouble to the fourth house, and that is exactly the ninth house. So Saturn's transit over that point is going to give problem. And if coincidentally in some chart you see that all these lords they are coming together to just one or two planets, then Saturn transit over that point becomes very dangerous for the mother. Okay, so let's suppose Moon is also here along with the ascendant. So it may so happen that all these lords they are actually coming to the same point. So the gravity of the situation will increase. Okay. Next, let us take the father. Okay. So let's take the Saturn's transit over various points related to father. So for father, we have to take the ninth house. So let's say your ascendant is here in Sagittarius. So the ninth house from here will become Leo. Okay. And the lord of Leo is Sun. So Sun is, let's say, Sun is over here. Okay. So Sun is here in Taurus. So when Saturn transits over this Sun, it is going to give trouble to father. Okay. So basically, the ninth lord from ascendant. Ninth lord from ascendant actually denotes father. Okay. Then the second is ninth lord from sun. So to look at the results for related to father, one has to look from the karaka also. Okay. So from sun, sun is the karaka for father. So ninth house from sun, here you see ninth house from sun is actually here Capricorn, which is Saturn. Okay. So the lord of Capricorn is Saturn. Let's say Saturn is here in Virgo. So when Sun is transiting, Saturn is transiting over Saturn its own longitude, then it is going to give problem to the father. Okay. So basically the ninth lord from Karaka, that is Sun here. Okay. And then ninth lord from Moon also. Ninth lord from Moon. Let's say Moon is here in Libra. So ninth house from Moon is going to be Gemini. Okay. And Lord of Gemini is Mercury. Let's say Mercury is over here in Aquarius. So Mercury is in Aquarius. So when Saturn is transiting over this Mercury, it is going to give problems to the father. So Saturn's transit over Mercury, over Sun, or over Saturn is going to give problem to the father based on these three rules. Ninth Lord from Ascendant, ninth Lord from Sun, and ninth Lord from Moon. Let's take with respect to the children. So in order to judge results related to children, one has to look at the fifth house. Okay, so fifth house from ascendant, fifth house from moon, and fifth house from karaka. So these 3 points should be noted. So let's say ascendant is Aquarius. So the fifth house from ascendant is going to be Gemini. Lord of Gemini is Mercury. Let's say Mercury is in Gemini itself. Okay. So when Jupiter is going to transit Mercury, it is going to give good results related to children, maybe a childbirth or something good related to children, auspiciousness for the children. Okay. So Jupiter. Okay. In this one, we are going to see the transit of Jupiter. So transit of Jupiter obviously brings in auspicious results, and here it is going to transit. It is the karaka of children, and it is going to transit the fifth lord from ascendant. Fifth lord. Okay. Second is from Jupiter itself, whichever is the fifth lord. If it transits over that also, then also it is going to bring good results. Okay, because Jupiter himself is the karaka of children. So to see children, one has to see fifth from the karaka also. So let's say Jupiter is here in Scorpio. So the fifth from Jupiter is going to be Pisces, which is again Jupiter. So transit of Jupiter over Jupiter is going to bring good results. Okay. So fifth lord from And then third is fifth lord from moon. So let's say moon is here in Leo. Sorry, take some other example. Let's say moon is here in Libra. So the fifth from moon is one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth from moon is here in Saturn, or that's Aquarius, and the lord of Aquarius is Saturn. Let's say Saturn is here in Aries. Okay, so in Aries, Saturn is there. So when Jupiter is going to transit this Saturn, it is going to bring good results related to children. Okay, so these are the 3 points related to Jupiter's transit. Okay. Similarly, one can conclude also when Saturn is moving over these points, it will bring something bad for the children. Okay, so let's take wife. So Karaka for wife is Venus, and when Venus is going to transit over these important points, then it will bring good results related to wife or related to marital relationships. So first point is the seventh lord from Venus. Okay, so let's say ascendant is here in Sagittarius and Venus is here in the 12th house in Scorpio. So the seventh house from Venus is going to be in Taurus. Okay, and Lord of Taurus is again Venus, which is here. So Venus transit over Venus longitude is going to give good results related to wife. Okay, so that's the seventh Lord from Venus. Second is seventh Lord from ascendant. So seventh Lord from ascendant is what? Seventh house from ascendant is Gemini, and Lord of Gemini is Mercury. Let's say Mercury is here in Cancer. Okay, so when Venus is going to transit this Mercury, it will bring good results to the native for wife. Then seventh Lord from Moon. So when Moon is, let's say Moon is in Aquarius, so seventh from Moon is going to be Leo, and Lord of Leo is Sun. Let's say Sun is in the Leo itself. So when Venus is going to transit over this native Sun, this longitude, then it will bring good results to the native. Okay, so that's the three rules. Similarly, you can say when Saturn is transiting over these points, it will bring something bad to the wife. Let's see the land slash property. So we know that the karaka for land and property is Mars, and the house related to such properties is the fourth house. Okay, so for this we have to see the fourth house from Mars, fourth house from ascendant, and fourth house from moon. Okay, so the transit of Mars. Okay, transit of Mars over fourth lord from Mars. So let's say ascendant is Scorpio and Mars is here in Taurus. So fourth from Mars is going to be here Leo, and Lord of Leo is Sun. Let's say Sun is here in Virgo. Okay, so fourth from Mars is Leo. Leo's Lord is Sun. So when Mars is going to transit over Sun, it will bring good results related to land and property dealings. Okay. Second is fourth Lord from ascendant. Okay. So fourth Lord from ascendant is obviously related to land and property. So here it is. Fourth Lord is Aquarius. A lot of Aquarius is Saturn. Let's say Saturn is here in Leo. So transit of Mars over this Saturn will bring good results for property. And then the fourth lord from Moon. So let's say Moon is here in Pisces. The fourth from Moon is 1, 2, 3, 4 here in Gemini. So Lord of Gemini is Mercury. Let's say Mercury is in Gemini itself. So when Mars is going to transit this Mercury, it will bring good results related to lands and property. Okay. Let's see Sun's transit. Okay. Sun's transit over these points will cause problems because of weapons. Okay. Some injuries due to these weapons. Let's see those points. Okay. So since it is a bad transit, so Lord of sixth house from these places. So sixth house Lord from Sun. Okay. So let's say ascendant is here in Scorpio. So the sixth house from ascendant. Sorry, Sun is, let's say Sun is over in Cancer. So the sixth house from Sun is going to be Sagittarius, and Lord of Sagittarius is, let's say, in Taurus. So the transit of Sun over Jupiter is going to bring this this point here. Okay, it will cause weapon injury to the native. Second is sixth Lord from ascendant. So sixth Lord ascendant is Scorpio, and the sixth house is going to be Aries. Lord of Aries is Mars, and let's say Mars is here in Leo. So transit of Sun over this Mars is going to bring weapon injury or some injury to the user, to the native. Then the sixth Lord from Moon. Okay, so let's say Moon is in Pisces. So count six from Moon. So it is going to be here, Leo. And Lord of Leo is Sun. Sun is here in Cancer. So transit of Sun over its own point is going to bring injury to the native. Okay. Then the most important part for many, that's the wealth. Okay. So for wealth, we have to see the transit of Jupiter over these second lords. Okay. The first is second lord from Jupiter himself, second lord from Sun, and second lord from Moon. Okay. So let's say Moon is here in ascendant, sorry, in Aries, and Sun is here in Scorpio, and let's say Jupiter is here in Capricorn. Okay. So second lord from Jupiter. So Jupiter is in Capricorn. So second house from here is Aquarius, and lord of this is Saturn. Let's say Saturn is here in Cancer. So transit of Jupiter over this Saturn will bring wealth to the native. Then second lord from Sun. Sun is here in Scorpio. Second lord from Sun is second house is Sagittarius. Lord of Sagittarius is Jupiter himself. So Jupiter's transit over Jupiter himself will bring lot of wealth. Then the second lord from Moon. So Moon is here in Aries. Second house from here is Taurus, and lord of Taurus is Venus. Let's say Venus is over here in Gemini. So the Jupiter's transit over Venus is going to bring in lot of wealth. Okay, so that's about the wealth. And finally, about the education. Okay, so for education, we have to see the transit of Jupiter over these points. Okay, fourth lord from Mercury. Okay, because Mercury is the learner, Jupiter is the teacher. So transit of Jupiter over fourth lord from Mercury is going to bring in educational gain. Okay. Then the fourth lord from Sun and fourth lord from Moon. Okay. So let's say Mercury is here in Aries. So the fourth house from Mercury is going to be Moon. No, sorry, Cancer. Lord of Cancer is Moon. Let's say Moon is over here in Cancer itself. So when Jupiter is going to transit this Moon, it will bring in educational gains. Okay, the native will learn something good during this time. And second is fourth lord from Sun. Let's say Sun is over here in Scorpio. So the fourth house from Sun is here, Aquarius, and Lord of Aquarius is Saturn. So Saturn is here in Leo. So when Jupiter is going to transit this Saturn, it will bring educational gains. And the fourth lord from Moon. So Moon is here in Cancer. The fourth house from Moon is Libra. Lord of Libra is Venus. Let's say Venus is over here, exalted in Pisces. So when Jupiter is going to transit this Venus, it will bring educational gains to the native. Okay. So these are some of the important aspects of human life, and when they are transited by karakas and various good and bad planets, it brings out the auspicious or inauspicious results related